that man is best educated who knows the greatest number of things that are so, and who can do the greatest number of things to help and heal the world. Education is preeminently a matter of quality, not amount. Any man can learn anything he will, but no man can teach except to those who want to learn. The short successes that can be gained in a brief time and without difficulty are not worth much. Nothing can be made except by makers. Nothing can be managed except by managers. Money cannot make anything, and money cannot manage anything. Two classes of people lose money: those who are too weak to guard what they have, those who win money by trick. They both lose in the end. When people are stung in false investment schemes, there are three causes: greed of something for nothing, sheer inability to know their mind, or infantile trustfulness. What right have you, save service to the world, to think that other men's labor should contribute to your gains? The remains of the old must be decently laid away, the path of the new prepared. That is the difference between revolution and progress. Most people think that faith means believing something. Oftener it means trying something, giving it a chance to prove itself. It is regrettable that people think about our monetary system and of our economic structure only in times of depression. The only prosperity that people can afford to be satisfied with is the kind that lasts. The most closely organized groups and movements in the world are those which have been the least friendly to the people's progress and liberty. Our modern industrialism, changed to motives of public service, will provide means to remove every injustice that gives soil for prejudice. Politics in the true sense have to do with the prosperity, peace, and security of the people. Be ready to revise any system, scrap any method, abandon any theory, if the success of the job requires it. We are here for experience, and experience is a preparation to know the truth when we meet it. Competition whose motive is merely to compete, to drive some other fellow out, never carries very far. The competitor to be feared is one who never bothers about you at all but goes on making his own business better all the time. Businesses that grow by development and improvement do not die. There is no failure except failure to serve one's purpose. Thinking calls for facts. Facts are found by digging. But he who has gathered this wealth is well equipped for life. There is safety in small beginnings, and there is unlimited capital in the experience gained by growing. Progress is a new season, and the rule of progress is everything in its season. The philosophy of life indicates that our principal business on this planet is the gaining of experience. If the people really set their minds on anything, it is impossible to prevent their getting what they want. Yet if today has no meaning, the past was a blank and the future is a chaos. One needs to be successful in the conventional way to learn just how far away from success it may be. An imitation may be quite successful in its own way, but imitation can never be success. Success is a first-hand creation. The most dangerous notion a young man can acquire is that there is no more room for originality. There is no large room for anything else. Little difficulties are made to swell until they fill our horizon, while the real big blessings of life are dwindled down to nothing. Nations are great as they are prosperous, as they are industrious, as they are just. There is nothing ever wrong with ability, ambition, and achievement, but they can easily be wronged by being used to bad ends. To be good is not enough. A man must be good for something. The sense of injustice, more than the unjust condition itself, is what wears on men's minds. The partnership of mind and matter is one which has existed since the beginning of time and cannot be dissolved. The only true test of values, either of men or of things, is that of their ability to make the world a better place in which to live. The genius of the American people is self-reliance. The difference between a good government system and its poor administration is easily explained. The chief administrators are not bosses in the best sense. A happy and contented nation is an example to the whole world. Where there is contentment, there must be peace. We are always seeking for those things which are in the clouds, not for those that lie at our feet. To reason efficiency is a mark of inefficiency. People who are capable of and fit for freedom liberate themselves from physical thraldom by substituting the mind for muscle. Man minus the machine is a slave. Man plus the machine is a freeman. Every success is the mother of countless others. Whatever your goal in life, the beginning is knowledge and experience, or, briefly, work. Getting permanent value out of a job means purpose, and fitting means two ends. Man is a comparative being. Substandard things must go before superstandard things can come. All life is experience, and one level is exchanged for another only when its lesson is learned. Hard knocks have a place and value, but hard thinking goes farther in less time. A peaceful nation is one that has the means to make war and restrains. Suppression of progress plays into the hands of the social enemy. Every advance in social justice establishes the nation. The Depression was just a state of mind. It is over for everyone who has changed his state of mind. Individualism is what makes cooperation worth living. We wish all users of Ford cars to know what they are entitled to. An educated person, I think, is one who not only knows a lot, but knows how to do a lot of things. History is more or less bunk. I don't know anybody so old he can't do something useful. Just give them a chance and see. America is not a land of money but of wealth, not a land of rich people, but of successful workers. The basically simple things are best, whether it's automobiles or diets or philosophy. The young people got me interested in aviation. It is part of the motor age. Development is dependent on power. I can visualize the time when almost every family will have a small plane in their backyard. When bankers get into business, they usually destroy it. Whenever you get the idea that you are fixed or that anything is fixed for life, you'd better get ready for a sudden change. Greatest thing we can produce is character. Everything else can be taken from us, but not our character. Look beyond the individual to the cause of his misery. If we had more justice, there would be less need of charity. The only thing you can give a man without hurting him is an opportunity. Trouble with the world today is people don't go to children enough. I don't like old people. I stay away from them. There should be rivalry between men and between business. Competition is the lifeblood of industry. The present method of producing milk is too laborious. I believe that we can make milk by scientific process, eliminating the cow. The way out of the depression is to start spending and doing things. Depressions aren't acts of God, like wars. They are the work of a small group of men who profit by them. I believe in 100% theory and 100% practice. Theory without practical application is futile. A man's college and university degrees mean nothing to me until I see what he is able to do with them. Teach children not to be gullible. A nation that knows how to work will never suffer. In teaching the children at Greenfield Village, we are trying to get back some of the solid McGuffey qualities. Greatest thing in life is experience. Even mistakes have value. Faith is one of the most effective tools in the human equipment. I believe that faith works. There can be no bosses in our country except the people. The job of the government is to serve, not to dominate. If governments would only understand that if people are left alone, they'll work out their own salvation. Most of the sickness in the world is caused by eating too much. Everyone knows that insufficient rest and gorging are not good for anyone, either physically or mentally. The time is coming when man will be able to determine the length of his lifespan by controlling his diet. History doesn't mean dates and wars and textbooks to me. It means the unconquerable pioneer spirit of man. The unhappiest man on earth is the one who has nothing to do. Idleness is the reason for many of our troubles. A monopoly of jobs in this country is just as bad as a monopoly of bread. The great need of the world has always been for leaders. With more leaders, we could have more industry, more employment, and comfort for all. Life, as I see it, is not a location, but a journey. Life flows. Machines were devised not to do a man out of a job, but to take the heavy labor from a man's back and place it on the broad back of the machine. Machinery was invented by labor for labor-serving purposes. The wheel is the basis of the machine. Music and song are, in my opinion, so fine and necessary a part of life that without them we cannot be said really to live at all. I haven't put a pencil to a piece of paper, working out a problem, in years. I do it in my head. I wouldn't have the presidency or any political office, don't want anything to do with it, nor have politics have anything to do with me. Profits are not financial, they are social. Everybody profits from the industry. Politicians don't understand profits because they can pay bills out of taxation. A big business never becomes big by being a narrow society looking after only the interests of its organization and stockholders. No American ought to be compelled to strike for his rights. He ought to receive them naturally, easily, as a matter of course. Anything that is not right, whether it temporarily favors the employees or the employers, cannot last because it is not right. Paying good wages is not charity at all, it is the best kind of business. If the boss stands in the way of men getting what they earn, he is not fit to be boss. A low-wage business is always insecure. Cutting wages is not the way to recovery. Raise wages and improve the product. No one ever wins a war. Wars are necessary to teach us lessons we seem unable to learn any other way. Money will ruin the life of any man who treats it like anything but a tool with which to work. I don't expect to retire. Every man must work, that's his natural destiny. Only one thing makes prosperity, and that is work. The basis of peace should be a world federation. Worry is the most wasteful thing in the world. No one can be helped unless he can be put in the way of helping himself. People will try to fix world, but world will fix people. Education not just preparation for life, but part of life itself, a continuous art. There can be no lasting peace where hatred exists. Hatreds will continue to arise as long as the causes of war are not rooted out and exposed. When you once get an idea in which you believe with all your heart, work it out. We want to reproduce all those instruments which were prepared and used in America once upon a time. I don't read history, that's in the past. I'm thinking of the future. Work is our sanity, our self-respect, our salvation. The day's work is the center of everything. We now know that anything which is economically right is also morally right. There can be no conflict between good economics and good morals. I don't like to read books. They mess up my mind. I wouldn't give 5 cents for all the art in the world. No one will ever get anywhere in this world unless he becomes a teacher, one who can show others how to do things. Every business is a monarchy with not a man, but an idea as king. When we are through, we shall have reproduced American life as lived, and that, I think, is the best way of preserving at least a part of our history and tradition. We have enough in our country to let us deep into the springs of human life if we only cherished what we have. The best way to make money in business is not to think too much about making it. Any man can learn anything he will. but no man can teach except to those who want to learn. Education is preeminently a matter of quality, not amount. Mass production is craftsmanship with the drudgery taken out of it. In the long run, people are going to buy the cheapest and the best article no matter where it is made. Burdening people with debt is an old deal, not a new deal. The best way is always the simplest. The attics of the world are cluttered up with complicated failures. Money will ruin the life of any man who treats it like anything but a tool with which to work.